What is up, guys? This is your boy Superior, and today we're going to be looking at some more inZOI gameplay footage. If you guys like news, updates, discussions on life simulation games, gameplay as well, please hit the sub button. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. So this is basically part 2 of my footage from the first video. If you have not already, please go check that out. So yeah, continuing where we left off, one of the things I did not mention was the shared memories. So this is very similar. If you played The Sims 4 Sentiments, you can click on a ZOI in the relationship panel and you can check your memories with that ZOI. So again, I thought that was really cool. This kind of helps build up the story between you and the other NPC characters in the game. Now in this footage, I actually invited over a ZOI that I met at the amusement park, and you can easily do that by again using the relationship panel, and then you can just call over any ZOI. They'll come basically anytime if they're not working. But as you can see here in the footage, she actually shows up to my house and then she just ends up leaving. And again, the whole NPC dating thing, I don't know what it is, but something is wrong with that. So yeah, as of right now in this current build, again, I do not recommend getting involved with NPC workers or just even NPCs on the street. Like, you can, but it's very risky just because, again, she's not even like a worker. She's just a random NPC, and she's like just acting weird with the whole coming and then going. Now this next set of footage here, I'm actually manually driving the car some more. I've already talked about this in the previous inZOI video, and again, thank you guys so much for the support on that video. But the car driving in this game is just not the best, but again, they are aware of it. They are going to be updating the car, you know, mechanics and stuff like that in future updates. But yeah, the car driving in this game is pretty rough. Now there is very limited options when it comes to just going out with your ZOI to like just different like lots. One of the places that I did end up going to was this furniture store, which was really cool. And it's self-explanatory. You can just buy furniture here. You can also again talk to the NPCs, and that's kind of like the main reason why I came, besides like just visiting the other lots. But yeah, at this point, again, I am working on the ambition stuff, so I am trying to get a bunch of lovers, and I'm just kind of going around just exploring different places, talking to like all these different ZOIs. Now one comment that I did see on the community post, so someone was saying the social interactions, I wish I remember your name, I apologize for that, was just too much. Like, it looked like it was very overwhelming. Me personally, I think this is a lot less crazy compared to the Sims 4 like social pie menu. A lot, like, yes, like in the beginning it felt overwhelming, but it's a lot more organized in my opinion compared to like the Sims. And again, this is just more footage of my ZOI just going around town talking to other ZOIs. I'm actually really close to my ambitions goal. I think I'm 49 out of 50 right now, and you can also see his skills as well. So his charm level is level 7. The last tier wants you to have like, I guess, 4 or 6 lovers, and then have the charm level reach level 10. So yeah, right here, this is where I was able to achieve the ambitions goal level 2, and then I was able to get Meow coins. So yeah, the Meow coins are very different from the Meow currency in the game. That is like what you use to, you know, buy stuff. The Meow coins is for the Meow store. So yeah, this is actually footage of me working at the Golden Apple Burger. I talked about this in my previous videos, but basically to summarize everything, I felt like the Golden Apple Burger job tasks were just a little bit boring and redundant. I think this was my second day actually working here, and the tasks did not change at all. It was all like the same thing. I would have been cool to, you know, spice it up a little bit. I know someone in the comments were saying that like we need like crazy customers to kind of spice up the gameplay, and I totally agree. Again, the vision is there, the potential is there for these like active jobs. Shout out to everyone who was telling me that there are rabbit hole jobs as well. So that's nice if you don't want to do the active stuff. But yeah, like again, potential is there, but they just need to work on, you know, just making the jobs a little bit more fun. I felt like this job was just boring. Now at this point, I left my job early because I was like, I'm gonna quit anyway, so there's no point of staying. And then I come across this ZOI called Iris, and sparks flew. Okay, immediately I knew that this ZOI was the love of my ZOI's life. Like, I knew this was the person that I wanted to spend the rest of my ZOI life with. And then this is where the storytelling starts telling, because I immediately was like, okay, this is someone that I want to marry. And prior to this, I actually had engaged to Talia, the girl that you saw from the last video. So I had engaged to her before I had went to work, and then I was like, no, like I want to basically stop the engagement and marry this ZOI. So we hit things off, and we're just sitting on the bench talking. I'm romancing her. And again, it's very easy because he does have the charmer trait. So him flirting with people and stuff, it just comes very naturally to him because he's very charismatic. And can I just say the fact that like we're just vibing, talking, and people are just like walking down the street. It's a very sunny day. Like it's just like, I don't know, the story just writes itself in this game. I felt like all the things I wanted to do was effortless to tell stories in this game. It didn't feel like I had to force a lot of things. So yeah, I ended up giving her flowers, you know, just raising her up, making her feel special. And then at that point, the game was like prompting me to basically advance the relationship to become like true love. So that's like the final thing. And that's what I did. And as you can see, look, she's like, bro, look at her. She, bro. Bro, she was stunned. She's like, oh my god, like this is the guy. Like the connection's there. Like you cannot deny this connection. And mind you, this happened all within minutes of meeting, which, not gonna lie, the Zoe who passed me, I was about to like talk to her next, but I was like, no, my Zoe is like, you know, starting to, you know, be like, you know, he's trying to settle down now, so he's not trying to do all that. And then at this point, I actually create the date. So all the past dates you guys seen from the previous video, those were like created by the game. But this time I'm the one that's planning the date. I'm planning the location. You can also name the date. And again, you have a bunch of different locations you can pick from. So it can be your house. It could be at a lot. It could be at a library. Like the game does not limit you where you want to go. And you can also set the event duration, so how long the date will be, 2 hours. And then you can also pick a dress code, and you can even choose the activities that you want for the day, which blew my mind because I feel like we, again, recently got that with Love Struck, where you can plan the date and choose what type of interactions you want like your Sims to do. So the fact that like inZOI had this, and again guys, I have to remind you, this is in the base game. It was crazy. And again, I did set this date for 2 days, but it's in within a few hours. And again, with the schedule, you can always cancel stuff and add new stuff. And again, your Zoys will do everything possible to try and make it to that event. And I did also come across a police officer, which is another NPC. Again, I was talking to this police officer, but I didn't notice that there was a lot of like just awkward like pauses where like nothing was going on. Like I had a bunch of interactions queued up, but I wasn't able to interact with her because the game was just being weird, like, you know. So yeah, again, the game is not perfect. It was kind of weird seeing all that stuff. I don't know what it is with this game, but the NPC stuff is just really strange to me. But yeah, at this point, I meet up with Iris. I chose the amusement park because I feel like I haven't really showed off this location. I feel like this is probably one of the best lots in Bliss Bay. So I went to go get a glizzy, but I wanted to get a glizzy for her as well, and I wasn't able to, so I was only able to get one for myself. But then I did go on this ride. I forgot what it's called, but you know, the ones, the merry-go-round, is that what it's called? Yeah. So yeah, I did go on that, and the game does put you in like the first person camera mode, so you get to see everything, which is really cool. So yeah, it was just kind of cool to go on there. You go on there for like a little bit. It's cool to see like all the other rides, like there's bumper cars and stuff. I'm assuming that like once the game develops more, like all these other rides will be accessible. But yeah, I did go to like this claw machine to get like a toy for her. I wanted to like gift it to her. Could not, like, this for the life of me, figure out like that option. I could gift her something, but I wanted to give her that toy and I couldn't. So yeah, that didn't go the way I planned it. And then again, like, is the fact that like there's not a lot of stuff you can do with another Zoe when you go to like different locations. Like I want to be able to go somewhere and have that specific place be able to give me like, you know, specific things I can do with another Zoe. And right now you can't do that, which is like a really like big deal. Like it's not something I can just kind of be like, oh, but whatever. Like, no, that to me is like annoying. Like it's just hard to enjoy a date with someone if you can't, you know, explore activities together. Now at this point, the date's going well. I'm doing all these type of different flirty interactions, and then I was able to reach charm level 10, which was really cool, and I was able to complete the ambitions trait. So with this, I was able to get an extra 300 meow coins, which I can use in the store. And then it says, now as the ultimate charmer, your influence has grown stronger than ever. Just one glance at you is enough to make hearts flutter, allowing to create even deeper happiness with those who adore you. Now, before I talk about like what happens when you complete the ambition, I didn't invite Talia over. So again, this is the previous girl from the last video, and I ended up calling off the engagement because I want to marry Iris. And yeah, you could tell she was like visibly upset. Kind of disappointing though, there wasn't like more repercussions for it. Like she didn't want to like slap me or call me out my name. There was like no repercussions for like basically calling off the engagement. But she was visibly upset, and I know like on the memories thing, I didn't check it, but I know she was like obviously heartbroken. And that was that. And then we had like a really bad relationship. So our relationship is like really bad. Now at this point, I'm like, okay, this beach is like the perfect setup. Let me call over Iris and then pop the question to her. And again, guys, I'm like making up this story as I go. It's very effortless. One of the biggest things I wanted from inZOI was to be able to tell stories like this, like how I play my Sims game. And if you're looking to create stories, like this game will do that, you know? So I do pop the question here. And guys, she said yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. She said yes. Oh my God. All right. Let me calm down. I'm sorry. But yeah, and then like the game will like congratulate you for getting engaged, which I thought was really cool. So at this point, I am now planning the wedding. It's the same thing with the date. You choose the event, you choose what activities are recommended and what activities are prohibited. So like no fighting, obviously, it's a wedding. And like the dress code and like the people who are going to be there, and a lot that I picked was a lot specifically for weddings. And the game does tell you, which I ignored, that you can find exclusive stuff for this event in the build by like category, but I didn't pay attention to that. So I could have bought like a wedding cake and all that other stuff, but I didn't. Yeah, I actually do go to the Meow store and end up buying like this donut that makes it so my Zoe can stay up for like 24 hours. I thought it was a treat that basically meant like I never have to sleep, but it didn't tell me the duration of it when I bought it. And that was like 120 Meow coins. So yeah, like similar to like the Sims 4 reward store, we have something like that with inZOI. I also forgot to mention this, but when you go on dates and like they're successful, like everything goes as planned, these Zois will like leave gifts that are like in these boxes. So like think of like an Amazon package outside your door, and then you can pick it up and then you can like keep it, or you can like sell it for like more value. So yeah, that to me was very similar to like the Sims 2 dating, where you go on dates and like if you had a good time, like they will leave like presents and stuff like that. So that was really cool. And then like what I was saying earlier with like repercussions for like when you break up with someone or like they catch you cheating, like I would love to see something like similar to like the Sims 2, where like Sim will like kick over your trash can and all that other stuff if they like hate your guts. Again, this more negative impacts to like dating and stuff would be cool. But yeah, at this point, I have my Zoe get into his car to go drive to the wedding venue. I'm having the game automatically do it, and as you can see here, the car is like drifting like to the left, which is just like really weird. And at this point, I'm like, oh, is the game frozen? But no, the game wasn't frozen. Like this, like the car just stopped moving. It slid a bit, and then it took me to my destination. So again, guys, I know I already said it, but yeah, the driving is a nightmare, bro. I don't know. The driving is just really weird. Now, one really cool thing is the city like decoration editor stuff. So yeah, you can like edit your world to kind of fit your style. With the billboards, you can like actually upload your own like footage to the game. I know we saw that in like the gameplay trailers. You can actually change like the grass, like the flowers to, and you can also change like the colors to like whatever you want as well. And you can add different types of decorations. You can also choose like the animals that populate your world as well. And also the environment. Like if you want your world to look more clean and pristine, or if you want the world to look like kind of like, I don't know, apocalyptic, like dirty, run down, like you as that player have that choice, which I thought was really cool. Now the wedding starts. Really shocked though, the game invited all my lovers, which I found so funny, because like I was like, why are all these girls here? Like I thought it was only inviting like the few acquaintances that I knew, and then like obviously my bride and the officiant. But no, it invited everyone that I knew, and then the people that I had like strong relationships with, like basically my other lovers. So that was crazy. And again, it was weird too, because like no one like came up and slapped me or anything, because like keep in mind, these are my other girlfriends, right? Like I have my wife and then all my side pieces, and no one like said anything. So I was like, okay, like again, this makes no sense. And again, like maybe they were upset because again, you can get caught cheating in this game, but no one came up to me and said anything. So it was just kind of like everyone was just like putting on a brave face and just like, I don't know, being nice for me. But it was really cool to see people like crying and like some people just happy or just vibing to the music. There was some people sitting down. There were some people standing to the side. There was people standing in the back. I even saw Talia. She was wearing the red dress and she was like clapping for me, which was like really funny. But yeah, the wedding event started and I had my Zoes walk down the aisle. I know he's in a sweater, which looks crazy. I didn't have time to set up his outfit. I should have made sure he looked good in like a suit, but I just didn't do it. But yeah, it was just funny how they walked down. He's like, yeah, that's me. I did it, and like, it's really cool. It's really cool. Everyone's just sitting down like, what? I know, crazy. People are looking at us and everyone's just like here for us. Like we're in this moment. And it works. Like the weddings are working functionally. I would honestly say that the weddings are way better in this than they are in like in Sims 4. Yes, it still needs work. Like there was a lot of like just like awkward gaps. But again, part of it is like a user error because I just didn't know what the hell I was doing. But again, like the weddings work. Like people are sitting down, people are watching us. So yeah, and then here I do have my Zoe kind of read his letter to her. He pulls out this microphone and just starts talking, and then again, people are reacting, like people are crying and stuff, like they're in it. They're excited to get married. I don't think she did hers or her vows or whatever. She didn't read her vows, so it's just kind of like me that was doing most of the stuff. Like I even threw a bouquet and I'm pretty sure like my fiance, my wife, is supposed to do that, not me. And then I just threw it like the other way, but it went to the other side, which made no sense, but okay. And then someone caught it. The same girl who caught it like started like coughing in the background. It's just like funny to me. I'm at like my wedding, and it's just kind of quiet, and all you hear is someone just dying in the background, like coughing. I don't know. It was just so random and funny to me. And then I had people like basically like just make it rain on us, but you can't change it. Like if you want to do like confetti or whatever, you can have ZOIs like do confetti, and there's a bunch of interactions, and there's other stuff too where like you can give speeches, you can dance, like there's so much stuff. It was just overwhelming because I didn't know what to do. Like I would have to play the weddings a few times, but as you guys can see, it works. Like it works. People are like engaged in the wedding. No one's just talking or getting up and leaving. I mean, again, I'm not biased like when I say this, because I mean, if anything, people probably think I would be like hating on this game because my channel is a Sims channel, but I think the weddings are better in inZOI than they are in Sims, bro. And I said it. So if you guys want to jump me, go ahead, but I said what I said. And if you guys do see jump cuts, it's just because there's a lot of awkward pauses because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So that's why there's a bunch of jump cuts. I'm not trying to like hide anything. Now we do exchange rings here, and then the event is over, and then the game congratulates us on our wedding. After that, the game asks us like what I want to do in terms of like who's moving to like what house. I also asked you about the money as well. So again, everything's very similar to The Sims. She didn't have a place to live. Like she was just an NPC living in the world. So obviously she would move in with me. And then I just got right down to business. I want to see the relations in bed, how that would work, like if it's similar to like the woohooing in like The Sims. So I was able to actually ask her because we were near the bed area. This is the first time I actually seen this myself because I didn't know how to even do this. But yeah, I was able to do it, and here it is. Yeah, so it is just a big giant glowing heart on the screen, which I'm not gonna hold you guys, I think it's very disappointing. There was no sound effects. Like there's all these special effects like fireworks and stuff like that and like little hearts, but that's pretty much it. And like the screen will get blurry, and I know the reason for this is because of the age rating. I'm assuming is why they can't show like, you know, like kind of like the woohoo animation in Sims. But again, like I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. Like I just think it's like, I just don't like this at all. Like it's pretty bad. So yeah, really disappointed with how that is. I know for some people, like, you know, that's a big deal for them. Again, there's people out there who download Wicked Whims. If you know, you know. So I can only imagine how this is going to affect people. Again, I already know some of you guys have already watched other footage, so you're like, obviously you're not seeing this for the first time, but I know for some people they are. Yeah, comment down below how you guys feel about the basically like the relations in bed. So yeah, it's not good, guys, unfortunately. So I don't know if they're gonna try and do a workaround for that. I don't think they'd be able to because of the rating of the game. The rating of the game is basically like for kids. I think Sims has like a teen rating, so yeah, pretty crazy. Yeah, pretty unfortunate. That's how like sex works in this game. It's just non-existent. It's there, obviously it's an interaction, but it's just more of like this giant glowing heart. Now of course we also tried for a baby, and that is basically the same interaction as like the regular one. And that was really cool. Not saying it's cool, but what's really cool is that like if you try to get pregnant, it might not always work the first time, and your ZOI will be impacted by that. They'll feel kind of like upset or like, I guess, confused, frustrated that they can't get pregnant. So again, there's like some layers to this game when it comes to that stuff. But yeah, we did try like a second time, and then she was able to get pregnant, and the game will notify you. And then it will like tell you like, hey, like your ZOI's pregnant and stuff. You can also take a pregnancy test. I think I might have cut that footage out, but yeah, your ZOI can take a pregnancy test, and the game will like tell you. I'm not sure what will happen if you don't take the pregnancy test. Like I guess it's like you kind of just find out like by surprise, like how The Sims is. I'm not too sure. But yeah, this is all the gameplay footage from part 1 to part 2. Now the last thing I wanted to mention was the fact that when I did marry Iris, I noticed that she wanted to pace outside a lot. And at first I thought it was like cute. I was like, okay, like maybe she's just trying to get used to her new surroundings, whatever. But she kept doing it in the middle of interaction. So anytime I tried to just interact with her, she would just pace outside. Like it just got so annoying. And this is why I say like be careful, like basically marrying NPCs, because they just act very strange. From calling them over to them leaving to like the pacing outside. Like it got so bad that she ended up taking a bus to another location, which just made no sense to me. It was just really bizarre. Yeah, guys, again, I already kind of said my thoughts and opinions from the last video, but I think inZOI is a game changer. I think there's a lot of potential from this game. I even asked you guys how you guys felt, and a lot of people agree that like there's a lot of potential in this game. I think if the game already has this much content for a base game, I can only imagine how it is going to be like from a year from now. This game has a really strong foundation, and I'm very excited to see what the developers come up with. And again, they're listening to players. They're trying to you know, innovate and be something different. They're trying to add more to this game. I feel like this game is not going to be for everyone, but I feel like if you are into life sims and you're, you know, want to try something like that's a little bit different from Sims, I don't think you guys will be disappointed. But yeah, guys, this is all for my inZOI content. If you guys made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. This has been your boy Superior Simmer. Stay cool, stay awesome, stay simulating, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.